right, so we've been waiting for so much damn content from Street Fighter 6 for the base roster of the game. Obviously, they have been making a bunch of content for the avatars in the game, for, you know, your World Tour character. We've noticed, fans of this game have noticed that the last time they did a big collaboration, like some big thing, it was pretty expensive, and I'm talking about the Ninja Turtles. The Ninja Turtles, just for like each individual one, in my opinion, was already really expensive. For the entire bundle was, I think, for the price of the entire game itself. So that kind of left people kind of scratching their heads and feeling like, man, this is really expensive, even for like a fighting game. Granted, it's a premium fighting game. This is like the toppest of tiers of fighting games. It's Street Fighter, right? But even then, that was really expensive. Going into this costume thing, a lot of people, including myself, were feeling a little bit concerned on how much they were going to charge for each costume. Let's see how much these things cost, because I've kind of already seen people talk about it, but I kind of just want to see what each costume cost. So each costume is worth 300 fighter coins. Each one. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's about what? So if you wanted to buy 250 fighter coins, you would have to pay, at least for me, I would have to pay $5.43. Cancel transaction. So that means each costume is roughly $5 to $6. And if I'm doing my math correctly here, so 18 times $6 basically is $108. $108. And let me remind everyone, there isn't any bundles for this shit. Nothing. No bundles. None. So if you wanted to get all the outfits, all of them, you would have to shell out $108, which to me is insane. I guess it just makes me feel like the team handling this particular part of the game, there's some misconnection with what probably the company wants to do and what their fans expect. Now, granted, there are people who I know who bought the Ninja Turtle stuff. They bought all of it. And they didn't even think about it. It was just like, oh, this is so freaking cool, and I want to support this game. Yeah, I'm going to pay for it. And I was just like, hey, man, listen, I'm not telling you how to spend your money. I'm not paying that much for all the Ninja Turtles. That's ridiculous. Now, obviously, we're living in a world where there's DLC everywhere, right? There's so many free-to-play games that, like, I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite and say, like, hey, man, like, I've spent so much money on so many games. So many games for like stuff that's not even in the base game, stuff that like they offer later on. I've probably spent, you know, up to $1,000. You know, I believe all of us here have purchased stuff from video games, several different prices. I've spent a lot of money on different video games. So it's to say, like, I'm gonna buy a costume, and I'm gonna buy the costumes that I really like. But I just think it's kind of weird that they didn't even offer a bundle, or that you can't even use your fighter coins. To me, that just spells out, like, I don't know, just really fishy and dirty businessy tactics, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Capcom understands, like, guys, like, you almost lost everyone in Street Fighter 5, and you guys literally had to freaking reel everything in, releasing costumes and all this other stuff. Like, these guys almost lost their audience. They're very lucky that there are some people who really give a shit at the company, and they made an awesome playing game, right? They made an amazing playing game. But this shit is just getting out of hand, man. $5 for an outfit, fine. Whatever. That, you know, that's like paying for a skin in like Fortnite or whatever. The issue I do have is that you have to use fighter coins. You can't just spend, you know, you can't buy a specific amount for fighter coins. You have to, like, it's 250. That's the lowest amount you can get. The next highest one, I would have to go to the shop to check. But like, you have to spend so much more money just to get one thing, and then you're left with all these fighter coins, and you're like, well, what do I do with it? And then you don't have You don't have an equal value amount to buy another costume. You have to buy more fighter coins. So it's like you're spending more money for stuff that you don't really want, you know? It's ridiculous, dude. It really is ridiculous. It's crazy to me. I don't mind spending $5 for my favorite character. And granted, I had said, hey man, the bundle's gonna be like at most $30. 30 bucks. And I feel like that's fair because guess what? And this is the thing I don't get about Capcom. Like, dude, like I get that they think that we're stupid, right? And it's again, it's not the devs who made the systems, and you got to remember, Chad, it's different teams working on this game. Capcom is a big freaking company. There's people working on different things. But the team who worked on this, who was like, this is the prices for this stuff. Not even the team who worked on like creating the costumes. Because that's a whole different team in itself. But they talk to each other and they have to figure all this shit out. So I'm talking about the team who authorized that this was okay. So I'm here to tell you, team at Street Fighter and Capcom, there's some people out here who are not mindless, just like stupid ass people who are just gonna spend $108 for all your freaking costumes. That's crazy to me. And the fact that you guys didn't even offer a bundle is it just feels dirty to me. It really does. It does. Like, we love your game. We do. I get it. We do. And I understand we're living in a market now in video games where there's a lot of mindless people who just buy stuff because it's like, this is so cool, I'm going to buy it. Oh, it's $40? Let's go. I'll get it anyways. In my opinion, offering things like a bundle are way more advantageous for both parties because now you're offering everything for a discounted price and more people are likely to buy that. And not only that, you're including the people who probably don't even have the money to spend $108. Dude, does Japan fucking understand what the economy is like right now? Like, do they get it? Like, do they get it? Not even the economy just here, the economy in the world. I don't think people understand, like, people can't just dish out $108 and whatever. To them, they're probably like, you know, you guys have seen that Pokimane meme that's been going out, right? Where she was like,
"Look, if you're a broke boy, just say so."
I'm a broke boy, all right? I can't afford it. I can't afford your fucking cookies, okay? It pisses me off. Like, I'm laughing about it, but like, I'm just like, Capcom, like, and again, the costumes are good. I like pretty much like, you know, 70-80% of the costumes I really like. I really do. And granted, you're getting all the colors for $5, right? Like, in my opinion, if the costumes were like $10, I would not purchase any of them because that would be ridiculous. As a consumer, I'm stuck in like, I want to support this game and I'm happy that there's finally core roster items in the game, but at the expense of me just being like, all right, it is what it is. And they're going to look at their metrics and say like, yeah, people bought all this stuff and shit, even some people bought all of them. Let's go. This is great for us. And let me remind you, chat, Capcom is not losing money. Oh no. Capcom is in their most successful state than they've ever been, ever, at any point in their fucking tenure. You guys understand that, right? From games like Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, Street Fighter. Like, these guys are fucking, they're swimming in money right now. So the fact that that team decided that this was okay is a real big slap on the face to the people who put in so much time to playing this game, man. And they're not even making other updates to the fucking game. Let me remind you of that too. I love playing this game. It's fun. I'm a piece of shit Ken main. I'm a piece of shit. I get it. You know, Saber's a piece of shit because he plays JP. We're all shitty Ken and JP mains out here, right? But, you know, at the end of the day, like, they really just need to make updates to the game too, man. Chad, my fucking door! As these things start to come out, I'm starting to get a little bit concerned about the modding community, which in my opinion, Capcom is one of the Capcom modding community, which has no affiliation to Capcom, by the way. The modding community who mods these games are one of the best modders in the industry, in my opinion. And I worry for those people who are making literally, they're doing the work that this company should be doing for free. And I gotta be honest with you, chat. I have installed some of the best mods ever in any game ever. From costumes to sound packs to just so many things that the modding community, like being a PC player and a PC user, has allowed me to experience so much cool shit for Street Fighter 6 that it's honestly extended the lifespan even more. Granted, again, I love playing this game and I play this game very competitively, but it's nice to have options. You know, at the same time, I feel a little bit concerned for those guys, because here you have a company who's like, hey, you know, we don't really like what's been happening with the modding in our games. And I really fucking hope that Capcom isn't one of those people, Nintendo, who goes after this specific community, who honestly have been keeping their games alive. People are making quality of life mods, making improvements to graphics, adding shit that should have been in the game already. There's an entire modding team resurrecting. Oh, I fucking gotta put reverb. Resurrecting Marvel 3. There's an entire modding community literally resurrecting Marvel vs. Capcom 3, or adding like they're fucking making characters for, guess what, chat? For nothing. These guys are putting so much time for no money, for nothing. And you're telling me that you guys are concerned because your character has just more ass and more tits, or what? Like, who cares, Capcom? Like, really? So to me, this practice right here makes me concerned for that community, just because they're like, you know what? We're going to take full control of everything. We're going to charge people a whole bunch of money. And if you can't afford it, well, too bad. I mean, we gave you a choice. You can either buy 1 or 2 costumes, or you can buy all of them. But you can't get all of them for a cheaper price. Oh, no. That's not how it works around here, buddy. And to me, that's a big fucking slap in the face. And it just goes to show, chat, that no matter how good your favored company, in terms of a video game company, does, there's always some shitty shit behind it. And this is the shitty shit that, unfortunately, is a part of this game.